from those first couple games. So, good on I don't know. Again, unfortunate for Carol, but like I said, I don't know what you're supposed to do in that matchup. Like, you're a character that's kind of meant to like get in and try to get hits in, but when you're playing against a character who's just kind of like walling y'all with everything, just punishes you for getting in is hard. It's difficult. But still really good showing from Carol. Still managing to get, what was that, like 13th, I think.
No, that was, I believe,
9th?
7th.
7th? Oh wait, that was top 8. Oh, okay,
yeah,
I see. Yeah.
We're in top 8 already, big. We're in top 8 already, big dog.
That's right. That is top 8. I guess I was just looking at it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, still managing to get a respectable 7th place as with Sponge. I mean, there's no other Sponge here in top 8 from what I'm seeing. So
yeah,
it's still very respectable. And now we're gonna get into CTEM and Kiwingly. I don't ever see Ren and Stimpy anymore. I'll be completely honest with you.
Ever seen Ren and Stimpy? They're
No,
the best character in the game. Ask CTEM. Ask her.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I mean,
yeah, she insists on. I don't get it. I don't know if there's a NASB 1 meme I'm missing or if she's just insane. But
no.
Ren and Stimpy is insane. But one of the biggest things about this character, Shiny, is you probably know they are the perfect anti-combo weight.
Yeah, they're super floaty. I know that.
Not for us because we play Ember, but for most characters in the game, comboing this character is insanely hard because they have, I do believe, the frame. What is it like? Cherry, do you know what frame like that move comes out? The one where they like twiddle their fingers, the nair, whatever it is. It's like 11, I think, or even less than that.
I think the damage it does is 11. I don't know.
Oh, I get that confused with the frames for some reason.
That's a lot
Again,
of questions.
professional commentator. My mistake.
Adam, if you're in chat, start spouting frame data for Ren and Stimpy there.
But beyond Ren and Stimpy's floatiness, it comes out at the perfect combo breaking frame.
No, yeah, I know.
Ren and Stimpy gets out of like so. I know. I'm explaining to the audience. Ren and Stimpy just gets out of so many combos that are otherwise true for a lot of characters. And Lucy's gonna be an interesting case because her combos are kind of awkward, I should say. She's like sort of like a DJC, like floaty Mewtwo-ish type character herself. So those are a lot of combos that oftentimes don't work on like characters if you're not a fast faller. So dealing with Ren and Stimpy is gonna be interesting, but until Kiwingly gets a grab.
100%. And now we're gonna get it back right here. Yeah, I've seen my fair share of Ren and Stimpy, just more like, I never really see, I guess, like, brackets with a Ren and Stimpy in it, you know what I mean? I just never see it. Never see it anymore. Wow, okay. And I remember that down strong very well. Yeah, that down strong is ridiculous. Just strong the whole way through, lasts like a whole like half second. It's crazy.
Yeah, we got Dan Listo pushing this character. There's that other really good one that did well at Gommel that I played in that bracket once. I do not remember their tag. Please forgive me. I'll look it up. I'll look it up after the set is over. But there are a couple people still pushing this character for sure, and of course Blazing Pasta, who like still plays Ren and Stimpy from time to time as well. Focusing more on Raph nowadays, but still one of the greatest Ren and Stimpies, if not the greatest one to ever do it. Out here with the Glizzy Mobile. What was that? Down strong, launching right off. Ugh.
Actually, I think that was a neutral strong because down strong is the spin, right?
Yes. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah. The eye, like the weird eye thing, and anyways, ooh, nice slime burst here, and now we're gonna still be living on our barely second stock for CTEM, and now we're going to our third stock. Okay, but yeah, CTEM's kind of got a pretty big lead right now against Kiwi.
Yeah, especially if Kiwi stays in ghost form like this, you're gonna wind up dying at a percent that you do not necessarily want to. And I love CTEM just focusing on just like raw like disadvantage decisions, or raw advantage state decisions, I should say, rather than focusing on just long ledge trapping, because Lucy's too floaty. Her mobility is too good. That's not going to work on her, depending on the stage, and just quite frankly, depending on like whichever mode that she's in. And when she's in ghost mode, which she was for the majority of that match, it's certainly not going to work. You know, when you're just not even really playing that kind of neutral Ren and Stimpy. So instead, because of the increased knockback that Lucy takes when she's in ghost mode, CTEM, she decided to just focus way more on just raw advantage state decisions. I'm gonna wait, put a log out here, wait to see where Kiwingly decides to land, then I'm just gonna hit him with a strong move. And that's what wound up taking the stock because of the increased knockback. Very, very good matchup knowledge and situational awareness on the part of CTEM in that game number 1. I like what I see.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot of really good like decision making from CTEM here. So, I mean, the big thing, like you're right, like I think it's Lucy's very like mobile. I mean, when they have like as many dashes as they do, but also, you know, if you decide to get antsy, you know, you can go for like just like raw landing on your opponent, and with the choices that like Kiwi's making that match, CTEM just going for all these just raw like strong like punishes, just making sure that that Kiwi does not get in, and again, just gonna definitely just again make these really smart decisions in these little moments like that. So. But also Rooftop, I don't know how I feel about that stage for maybe for Lucy. I feel like it would have been it's really good, but again, when you're playing with someone like Ren and Stimpy, like you're kind of like out of that range of being comboed super hard. So yeah, I can imagine it's just difficult. So I don't know what stage we're gonna be going to next.
I have no idea either, because like Ren and Stimpy just being like sort of like the anti-combo character, like how much does space necessarily factor into that equation? You know what I mean? Like how... Okay. Do you want more space to... Do you want more space to just be able to, like, needle with, like, Ghost Ball or something like that? Or do you want less space to be able to actually get your hitboxes out? Because once you actually grab Ren and Stimpy, like, if you up throw at certain percents, you can still combo them, but, like, dealing with them is just way different. Because I feel like Ren and Stimpy are way better at just hitting off of raw, like... hitting off of raw air dodge reads or just like options out of disadvantage than Lucy is at doing that to Ren and Stimpy. And the problem with that is that they're both very floaty combo weights, but Lucy kind of needs a character to be a better combo weight to be able to just force her advantage state a little bit better. Otherwise, you know, what are you going to rely on but just besides just like neutral decisions like maybe Coffin mix-ups to try to get your kills and whatnot. Just like, you know, just using strongs to get around the logs, I suppose. Because, like, the combo game is definitely better on the part of Ren and Stimpy, or at the very least, it's better on the part of CTEM so far. Already stacked up to 73%, 87. Wow. One more hit might do it with this back air, and it will, actually.
And it will. That's wow. A really good start for CTEM already, wow. Clean. I mean, I think it was just, again, just a series of just really good plays, just punishing.
Oh my god!
It's just damage after damage, is just kind of just pushing as much as possible here. I actually don't know what this stage pick is like. Again, back to what you were saying, you know, it's hard to be like, oh, maybe do you need more space, you need less space, you know, for this matchup. I can imagine it's pretty difficult. But again, like, you know, Lucy's a very, like, you have to be a specific weight or, like, to get certain, like, combos. And when you're as floaty as this character, Ren and Stimpy, you know, I can imagine this just becomes, you know, you actually comboing the character becomes a bit of a challenge. And kind of becomes... a little, yeah, but I mean, you know, when you DI in like that, you know, what is it? Combos are still pretty simple.
DI in like that while being in ghost mode at the very least. That was still pretty good stuff from Kiwingly. Forced a burst right there, able to make it back, sticking in ghost mode like the entire time, just to try to outmaneuver Ren and Stimpy here. I mean, you know, comboing this character is already pretty difficult enough, so maybe Kiwingly figures like, hey, I need the extra mobility that you get off of ghost mode to be able to actually combo this character with how insanely floaty they are and how really good their combo breaking attacks are. So right now that seems to actually be working out pretty well for Kiwingly despite finally dying at 152 to that strong attack there. But already doing far better than Kiwingly was doing in game number 1, that's for sure. Oh!
100. Ooh, a good burst there. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I feel like the reason why most Lucy's end up staying in ghost mode is because you actually get so much out of it in terms of like movement, and I think the recovery is just better in general. Like everything about Ghost Lucy is just better aside from the fact that you do become lighter, from what I remember. So that's why a lot of Lucy's do end up just staying on ghost mode, because it's just objectively better than staying on vampire mode, I think that's what it is, or normal mode. You know, ghost mode is just like the most optimal thing to go for in almost any matchup. So, again,
yeah, it kind of feels like you're on God mode that just wasn't turned on all the way.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean that's why you see it so often. You know, Lucy's don't ever switch off of ghost mode because it's literally just her best mode. So,
at the very least, not in this matchup, because if there's one good thing that vampire mode has as an advantage is the teleport has that crazy active kill hitbox in the coffin that closes. That is one thing that she doesn't have while in ghost mode, is that insane burst option. But against the character as floaty as Ren and Stimpy, yeah, I don't know how good that's even going to necessarily be. Oh!
Yeah, Yeah, but also you have to consider the fact that Ren and Stimpy are also really hard hitters. You know, just a lot of their arrows are just really solid, like raw hits. I mean, when you have stuff like back air, you have all of his smash attacks, you have that super long-lasting down smash. He's got a lot of things going for him against this character.
Yeah, one thing they don't have, though, is a decent recovery. I mean, the Glizzy Mobile is really good at recovering horizontally, but vertically with the fart, not one of the best ones. It's very exploitable, especially for a character like Lucy, who has the Tiki statue or the Vampire statue, whatever it is that they can drop. But just was never able to get Ren and Stimpy in a position enough to do that. That's CTEM up 2-0 over Kiwingly right now.
Yeah, wow. That was, again, just super solid stuff from CTEM. I mean, like, pushing all that advantage, like, at the beginning of the game was really, really crazy. It felt like Kiwi's just kind of getting smothered, like, the entire time while they were playing. I mean, they were just getting absolutely, like, run over for the first couple of stocks. He seemed to kind of get his, you know, footing back after the first or second stock, but still not enough to kind of, like, you know, keep up with the pace that CTEM was putting down. So you're gonna have to kind of implement that, like, change of pace, like, at the beginning of the match, because halfway through it's not gonna cut it.
Yes, sirree, Bob, my friend. Yes, sirree, Bob. The question is now, after Erkin, now where do we go if we're taking a look? So I do... Cherry, DSR?
DSR.
Thank you. DSR is on, which means Ren and Stimpy and CTEM cannot go back to Erkin or Rooftop. And unless, of course, Kiwingly wants to do it. I'm looking around right now, and the stage for Lucy to sort of outmaneuver... Mayhaps Pariahs. I would like Pariahs, but I would imagine that, I feel like CTEM would probably ban that, because I think platforms are really good for comboing for Ren and Stimpy, as well as Lucy being able to hold a good advantage state, maybe. Maybe a longer stage like Miracle will be able to do some good solid work, and the Blast Zones combined will allow Lucy to kill just a little bit earlier. I truly am not completely sure. I think this... Is this the first time I've ever seen this matchup? I don't even know.
Lucy, Ren and Stimpy. I don't know. I mean, like I said before, I think it's just really hard to find, like, Ren and Stimpy players anymore. Like, you have a couple still pushing the meta for the character, but not really any that kind of, like, enter, I guess, like, consistent brackets. So, you know, there's that. So you just kind of have to, you know, just make do with what you have.
Truthfully, yeah. I mean, Dan Listo's out here doing a lot of work. Again, I'm still trying to remember the name of that other one that did really good at Gommel. I'm just scrolling through the patch right here. Of course, Blazing Pasta, like I mentioned before. Riddell. I forgot there's Riddell Castro. Yeah. And I don't know, but I agree. Ren and Stimpy's definitely not as common as they used to be, for sure. I mean, as crazy as they potentially were in NASB 1, but this character is still very solid. I feel like, you know, despite everything they have, you know, it's funny, despite the crazy floatiness that they have, I'm sorry, I feel like Ren and Stimpy is a little more honest than some people give them credit to be, but still dishonest in some other regards. But there's really, excuse me, there's really nothing more to say in that, like, you know, just not a very common character, so some people just don't really know how to deal with them. They don't know how to deal with the Glizzy Mobile when their combos don't work against this character that work against pretty much every single other character. They feel like a big part of their win condition is gone, and then they're like, oh crap, now what do I do? What's the boy to do? Tremorton is banned, and Miracle is banned. We are going to Harmonic Convergence.
Harmonic Convergence, okay. Here we go.
I like this. Big stage, you know. Can't really combo the character too well anyway with, like, you know, a lot of the typical bread and butters that you normally have, so might as well give yourself a little bit more space for survivability and maneuverability, which is something that Lucy thrives on, especially the latter. Ghost mode, you know, just making yourself harder to approach, you know, because like of how good your mobility is, now you have a lot more places to go to just avoid getting hit. Oh yeah, I already like this way better.
Yeah. Definitely feels like a much better pick now that you kind of just have more space to move around in. Because when you're getting choked out by Ren and Stimpy like this, you know, you need more space. Alright, you gotta watch out for any raw down smashes here from Ren and Stimpy. You know, I can imagine it's a scary spot you gotta be in. Right, barely missing that that coffin, and we're in vampire mode now. Ooh, nice get off me too there.
Vampire mode, I mean, you mentioned, like, no real reason to switch out of ghost mode, and for a lot of times you're right, but there's also that. That wasn't the teleport one, though, I don't think. The teleport one is where the coffin stays open. That was just down, strong.
Yeah.
There we go, there's one hit. Yeah, like, when you're not in ghost mode, how do you combo Ren and Stimpy?
Yep.
You just get 1 or 2 needle hits, and that's pretty much it, and then you just have to reset neutral, just go for, like, disadvantage reads again.
Right, and we're back to an even game. Kiwi, again, but still, Kiwi definitely holding more of his own than he was, like, the first, 2 games. Again, I think it's just, this stage pick is actually just really good for him.
It's good for disadvantage as well. Like, the platforms sort of, like, force tech chase scenarios when you land on them, or, like, even regardless if you tech or don't forget to tech. Or forget to tech, I should say. Plus, they can make your landings a little bit more linear, which allows Kiwingly to actually, like, apply some good solid pressure underneath, because Kiwingly in the air has got some pretty solid disjoints. Now it's not like you just have to deal with the crazy floatiness of Ren and Stimpy. That floatiness is sort of negated a little bit when they have to stop being in the air sometimes,
Yeah, oh yeah, 100, yeah. Although the one thing I will say is, something I'm not really agreeing with here is I'm seeing a lot of really early bursts, a lot of early slime bursts, and, like, I don't really agree with a lot of these bursts, considering it's like, Ren and Stimpy, while floaty, are still decently heavy. There was earlier, Ren and Stimpy got S-smashed by Lucy, coffin S-smash, and, they were at 90, they weren't at the ledge, so I kind of expected them to live. And earlier, I think Lucy got down smashed at around, like, 60, 70, like, near, like, the other side of the stage. So I figured, oh, like, you shouldn't burst here, but, you really have to save that burst for, much closer situations than that, because if you burst in a really close vicinity, you're going to end up losing your stock even earlier, because you're going to get, punished after.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like,
respawn with no burst.
Yeah, exactly, and with no meter, no meter on top of that, so it's like, if you wanted, like, a combo off an air dash or something, can't really do that either. And, again, if you had more meter, you would have lived that too.
Yep.
But, like, it's just more of, like, knowing, I guess, like, your discipline when it comes to, I guess, slime burst.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with that. People have been bursting too early alterni. I see VJH Fade saying that in chat. Thank you, Fade, because I'm really glad I'm not the only person who noticed that either. This is a lot of people who just burst and then just immediately die right afterwards. When you're at super high percent, unless it's like a last stock situation, sometimes it's better to just save your meter, because then you're just going to wind up dying regardless, or just burst at a better time. But one thing I'm loving from Kiwingly right now is these ghost mode combos. We're finally getting that back, like from Kiwingly in this set so far, and he has just been comboing the absolute bejesus out of CTEM right now. We saw a 0 to 73 before. I don't know if you noticed.
Right, and still super doable for Kiwi here. Kiwi is definitely in a much better spot now. Now that he has vampire mode has 2 meter. Now again, like you're right. Yep, finding the stock here. Whoa. Okay.
That's
yep.
Nice. I love all of that. Just being in the proper mode to combo and then the proper one to kill. That's the kind of match where you, like, show that to the devs of NASB 2, and you'd be like, yep, this is exactly how we wanted Lucy to be played.
Confused because I saw that, like the slime like happen, and I thought slime reduction was gonna, like, not send them flying, but I remembered that, oh, that S smash is a projectile, so it doesn't affect that. So seeing that happen, I was just a little confused. But I mean, it was a good burst on CTEM's part, considering that you were going to, get you were going to lose your stock for that. But unfortunately, again, you landed right in front of another one of those S smashes, and that it was going to cost you the game.
Yep.
But still, good stage pick. I think the stage pick really helped Kiwi out there.
Vampire mode has its uses, my friend.
Yes, it does in fact have its uses. But again, I do see why ghost mode, is very, at least much more common,
Yeah.
But...
Vault to bite the glizzy.
So true.
So true, fam. So true, bro.
So true.
So true, bro.
Now, I don't know what stage we're going to be going to next, but again, I think, with all that in mind, I feel like, Erkin?
Miracle is banned. Tremorton is banned. Urkin and Rooftop are unavailable. Well, no, those would be unavailable for CTEM. Yeah, those are unavailable for CTEM due to DSR. So no Urkin, no Rooftop, no Trem, no Miracle. We're either getting food, jelly, pariahs, or harmonic.
I see.
We just lost on harmonic, so I don't know if CTEM's gonna want to go back there.
Techno.
Techno too. I forgot about the one stage I forgot about.
Yep.
Damn it.
Although I do think Techno's actually pretty decent for Lucy from what I remember.
Yeah, this stage is good for Ren and Stimpy when they're playing against a way less floaty opponent, and they have to like be on the platform, and you know where the log gets at the perfect height to ledge trap you here. Kiwingly playing Lucy, especially in Ghost mode, doesn't really care about that. You know, now Lucy, because there's no center platform, with Ghost mode, Lucy has a lot of open space to combo you across the stage like we saw just there, already up to 79%. I think this is a decent stage for Ren and Stimpy. You know, it's the lack of a center platform can make them harder to combo, but I don't think this is a good counter pick in this matchup, like specifically.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, what is it? Yeah, and this counter pick is definitely helping out Kiwi a good bit from what I'm seeing. You know, Kiwi's just kind of smothering CTEM here a little bit, and now we're kind of seeing the opposite. CTEM just kind of keeping this holding on to stage with all these super strong attacks and making sure that Kiwi does not get back on stage. But still, we kind of reset neutral here. We're back to even off stage again. All right, nice back air here from Kiwi. Another back air. Yep. It's like, nope, you're gonna get back off stage.
Ooh, force them to jump out of the Glizzy Mobile.
Yeah.
You never want to jump out of the Glizzy Mobile.
Ooh, still not gonna do it just yet.
The recovery actually, the platform's actually assisting with the recovery there as well.
Nice, nice.
It's a good thing they actually messed up their combo off the slime cancel because the coffin was actually enough to kill.
Oh, yeah,
I'm very guilty of doing that, where like I'm doing a combo and like the move I hit was enough to kill, but then I slime cancel it right. I'm like, oh, this combo's gonna be sick, and then they live.
Yeah.
Very guilty of doing that myself.
And we're back to an even game now. I mean, CTEM just kind of taking advantage of that back air in this matchup. Like that back air is doing so much for CTEM, dealing out all these stocks, keeping space against Lucy. All right, okay. It's just gotta love the game for what it really is. It's
certified platformer moments. Yeah, I love it.
Yep, it's just moments like those, you know, they're just so good. But also,
and you both just get so stubborn.
Yeah,
you're like, no, mine is gonna be better.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this interaction, right? Like those are like my favorite moments where like I'm gonna win this interaction because I'm pressing jab faster than you are. But you know,
no one wins in those interactions. Not CTEM, not Kiwingly, not the audience, not the commentators. Nobody wins.
I mean, hey, if they end up beating, I mean, it's a case of frame data, you know, like, oh, my jab's faster, so of course I'm gonna win, you know.
Everybody wins because it's at least funny, but what's not funny is that Kiwingly's lead is slipping from the solid advantage state that CTEM is forcing right now. Yeah, but just as I say that, there's 3 solid hits to be able to get that lead back.
Yeah, and also CTEM does have full meter on deck, so CTEM is very capable of keeping that meter for burst, maybe going for a super, or you know, trying to go for some kind of slime dash combo here. Ooh, another early burst, and that's gonna cost you your stock.
Oh.
That's why I do not agree with these early bursts. You gotta be really careful, really wary of where you're throwing it out.
Full meter on CTEM too.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a super difficult spot for Kiwi.
You need to force this burst like now.
Yeah.
Oh, force it! Ooh, oh, unfortunately,
barely at a range.
Yeah. Floaty, Ren and Stimpy. This is why you're all in NASB Junior. What is wrong with you people? Stop! Okay, whatever. CTEM still won. I can't even hate.
Oh man, I just thought it was funny that you went for up throw to super, and I was like,
I'm like... so I God damn it. And the worst part is that the players that are whipping these supers like that, like Moth and CTEM, they're still winning.
Yeah, they're still winning. I mean, they have leads. You know, I can see why they're bursting, but it's just like, it's funny it's just like that was nowhere near in range of like actually like confirming. You still just threw it out. Like you're just like, maybe this will work, and they were just, you know, a mile away from you. Like what? Like who was that going to hit?
I can't even be mad because like they still won. Like she still won the